yogis, welcome to practice. I am delighted to share with you a little flow that I hope will break up your day. I have found that I need incremental slices of yoga throughout the day on certain days to help my productivity, and then there are certain days where a 1-hour asana practice sets me up for success for the rest of the day. If you find yourself dabbling in multiple projects all day and not quite feeling successful and fully checking the box off of an activity, then it's time to get a little bit of movement and to stop, drop, and yoga. And so I like to keep my yoga mat out when I am able to do so, if my dog doesn't attack it, right? And keep it out so that when I'm walking to and from essentially the home office to the spare bedroom and the kitchen, back and forth, can I stop and reset my hips or my attitude or my neck so that I can move forward with grace for the rest of the day. So we are going to start class today in fire log pose. You're going to come into a crisscross seat, very similar to Sukhasana, easy pose, but your legs are stacked on top of one another a bit differently. Think your left leg is in a pigeon-like shape, and your right leg is going to stack on top. As long as your knees and your ankles aren't in pain, the goal is to not dump your weight forward, but rather to start leaning back so that you're floating on your sits bones. You're stacking your two logs on top of one another. If you needed a blanket or a pillow to slide underneath, you are welcome to cushion. And we'll start class here. Grounding down, tuck your chin in towards the chest and take your two peace fingers, your index and your middle fingers, and tap them down onto the floor. Proud to be here. You're gonna roll up the chest, breathe, inhale, widen the collarbones. Slow, open mouth, exhale. Breath in, lean back, unclench your toes, your legs, open mouth, exhale. Welcome to practice. Take your peace fingers, inhale, sweep them overhead like you're drawing a snow angel. As you exhale, fingertips tap down to the floor. Breath in, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, tap to the floor. Last one, sets of 3 today. As you exhale, fingertips to the floor. With the arms overhead, pull your hands through to heart center as we lightly bow to our practice. Set your intention for practice today. We are grateful to be able-bodied, to spend this time on the mat with one another. Still here. Release your bow, heels sit up nice and tall. And before we switch sides, I'd like to take a gentle flow in between. Your hips might be noisy, so go slow. You're going to cross at the ankles, crawl onto your hands, and dip your hips down to the mat. This is called cobra frog sometimes. Nice wide stance, and then we'll crawl into our high plank pose. Take a breath in, strong fingertips. As you exhale, low plank. Upward facing dog. Untuck your toes, start to look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards your navel. Before we switch sides, drop down to your knees, keep your toes tucked, and take a seat as you stretch the soles of your feet. We are hanging out until fatigue, and so if you need to come out, you know what to do. Palms are face up. Happy to be here. Let the jaw unwind. Unfurrow your brow. 5, 4, 3, of this pose. Hands on the mat. You will lightly tap your feet on the mat. And let's take a seat and switch out our fire log legs. Your right leg is in a pigeon shape. Your left leg is stacking on top. This might not work for everyone, so you're gonna find left leg on top of the right, the best way that you're able to. Lean back in your seat, breath in. Let's open up through the chest. Fingertips to the floor, open mouth, breath out. Inhale, fingertips up to the sky, but shoulders nice and low. As you exhale, fingertips down. Breath in, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Breath in, reach. Exhale, tap the floor. Inhales to reach. Pull your hands through to heart center, lightly bow to your practice. Prayer mudra. Both sits bones are on the floor here. So if you feel like you're dumping all of your weight into the right leg, be proud that you've noticed and start to surf and turn and lean a bit more to the left until you feel even. You'll release your fold, going slow, cross at your ankles, come onto your knees, and take a cobra frog, gentle, easy hip dip down to the floor. Intuitive movement. See how those poses served you, and meet me in a tabletop pose. We call this one our fire hydrant, so pretty self-explanatory, but what we'll do is lift the left leg off of the mat and get your weight even in your hands. Press into the right hand, breath in, hinge high. Exhale, drop the knee to the floor. It'll hover off of the mat. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, knee high. Sets of 3. Knee down to the floor. From here, tiger's pose, knee to nose. Press into your hands. Tighten the core, lift a bit higher, push the floor away. 3, 2, and 1. Re-extend. Left leg nice and long. You're going to bend at your knee and choose if you'd like to proceed. Your right hand is going to reach behind you. If you're able to grab your ankle, you can kick it back, Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you can't reach the ankle, you are still in the pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana, one-legged bow. Imagine you're connected, lean back. Kick the foot a bit further back, open the shoulder, and release the hand and foot. Take a few wiggles. Cat and cow. Notice if your body's getting a bit warmer. We are so grateful to have this physical challenge today. Let's build on. Right leg extends out nice and long, and we'll meet in that fire hydrant leg. So you've got your right leg lifted. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Not a dip in your low back. You have a really flat tabletop spine. Exhale, knee down. Breath in, knee lifts. Exhale, knee down. Knee lifts, breath in. Knee down, breath out. Tiger's pose, knee to nose, suck the navel in, keep your leg off the floor. 3, 2. And 1. Right leg extends out nice and long. You'll bend at your knee. Right hand is stable on the floor. Reach your left hand behind you. See what you can reach. You must continue to breathe in this pose. That's where the magic happens. 3, 2. Lift a bit higher. 1. As you exhale, re-extend, hand and knee down to the floor. Take a round of cat and cow. Child's pose. Widen your knees. They should be comfortable. Forehead towards the floor. If your forehead doesn't reach, you are not alone. You can stay on your elbows. Let your head drop towards the mat. Back of your neck, nice and low. Out of your child's pose. I'll meet you on your hands and knees. You're going to keep your right knee on the floor. Your left hand, your left leg is going to extend out nice and long. So we are in a modified side plank. Check in with your wrist. If you need your fist, you are welcome to do so. You're going to keep your foot on the floor for now. Take your left hand, reach towards the front of the room on the exhale. Breath in, hand to the ceiling. Exhale, airplane the arm, tap your hip. Breath in, reach. Exhale to the top. Breath in, reach. Exhale, reach to the foot. Last one. We meet with the arm overhead. Drop your hand down to the floor. Find your high plank pose. Inhale. Low plank. Exhale. Chaturanga to your up dog. We exhale to down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lead with your left knee down to the floor. We're switching sides. What to do with this left foot, that's yogi's choice. Some like to tuck their toe. I like mine untucked. Right hand nice and high. Seal your right foot to the floor. Exhale, reach to the top. Breath in, reach and look to the sky. Exhale, tap the hip. Twice more, take it away. Use your fingertips, not just your wrist. Be proud of your awareness. Reach high, breathe in. Hand down to the mat. We have another flow to take. Low plank as you exhale. Upward facing dog, breath is in. And downward facing dog as you breathe out. Drop down to the knees. I'll meet you in your crisscross pose. And you'll check in with your body and see how it feels after a little bit of movement. I guarantee you that the rest of your day will be set up for success because you have taken this time to align, to yoke your body and mind, or to at least attempt to. It's the best that we can do. No one regrets going to yoga, I promise. So, arms overhead, we'll meet here and we'll open up our side body. I'm always saying it, but keep your back side on the mat. Right hand down to the floor. Really press your left cheek into the mat. Then turn your chin up to the sky. Sink deeply into this pose. So you're pressing into your hand, you're tightening your belly, you're leaning back so that your armpit can get a little sunshine, if you will. We make space in the body so that we have space in the mind. We must unlock our side bodies. Come back to center, reach your right hand high, and notice the difference on that side. Do you feel a bit more loose? As we switch left hand down to the floor, right cheek in, chin up to the sky. We love a side body stretch. If this is too much on your neck, just turn your chin down to the floor. Full expression, chin up to the sky. Your fingertips are webbed and zipped together. Back to center we go. Arms sweep overhead, breath is in. Take a little back bend as you exhale, chin lifts. Back to center, arms lift. Exhale to bow forward, forehead down to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Release your fold. We're coming down onto the spine for the rest of practice. So you'll flip around, come down onto your back, and start by lifting your head off of the mat like you're taking a crunch. So you're going to keep the soles of your feet on the floor. You'll lift your head off the mat, lightly rock the head side to side. Do whatever feels good here. And then once you've set your head down on the mat, you're going to press into your head to lift your shoulders off the mat. And you're zipping your shoulder blades in towards one another. So imagine you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. They retract and your palms are face up. You'll lift your backside off of the mat and hold. This will get you acclimated to where you need to be. Little tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Let's go a bit higher. Press into the feet. Bridge pose. Palms face up. Still here. Take big belly breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left leg nice and high. Point your left toe up to the sky. Start with a figure 4. So ankle to the top of your right thigh. Thrust up to the ceiling. And then exhale, hips down to the mat. Hug your legs in towards your chest. Getting a bit deeper into your left leg, you're going to cross your left leg all the way over your right. If you're able to reach for your shins, your calves, whatever you can hold on to, and then reset your head back down, we enjoy the intensity of this stretch. You must keep breathing. To come out of the pose, put your right foot on the floor, turn your palms face up, and off we go. Press into your right foot and kick your left leg nice and high. We take 3 pulses. Booty almost touches the floor. Breath in, kick up. Exhale, tap down. Release the pose. Hug the legs in towards the chest or take a wiggle. Your body, I'm sure, is telling you if you need that. Then we build on. Starting in bridge pose, lift your hips off of your mat, tuck the chin in. See how high you can lift. Unclench your backside. Lift a bit higher. Then right foot off of the floor. Kick nice and high. One-legged bridge. Figure 4 as you exhale. Use your breath in to lift, thrust up to the ceiling. Exhale, take your seat and hug your legs in towards the chest. Your right knee should be pain-free. If it isn't, I would set your left foot on the floor here. Yogi's choice, if you take the full expression, cross your right leg over your left all the way, hug into the shins, the ankles, and feel this lovely cow-faced stretch. This is Gomukhasana on our spine. Left foot down to the floor. Open the palms face up. Let's come out of the pose. Right leg high, one-legged bridge. Foot down to the floor. Take a breath out. Slowly roll your spine down to the mat. You'll butterfly your legs open for our simple and sweet Shavasana. May your hips widen here. We blossom open the chest, palms turn face up as we find our sacred corpse pose. Breathe out. We savor our moving meditation and the tranquility that it brings on the mat. You'll zip your knees together and slowly rock and roll the length of your spine until you find yourself in a seat. I'll give you about 10 rounds of breath to travel to the top of your mat. Once you find your seat of awareness, palms pressed together to touch Anjali Mudra. Feel your life force run through you as we never take this practice for granted. If this were your Grammy speech, if you had won your award, you stand at your podium, who would you like to thank today for your award-winning practice? Who helped you get here? Who inspires you to take care of yourself? You'll lift your hands up to the forehead, big breath in. As you exhale, we bow forward. Namaste.